welcome everybody, Lord King, Mr. Bain, Jeff, everybody welcome. Thank you very much for coming to this meeting. Initially we had the management meeting earlier, and because we didn't want to extend the meeting for too long, so we decided that the business and investment element of the meeting we will conduct it with everybody here. I will not be too long, but I promise you I will not go over half an hour to 45 minutes. So it's just going to be my presentation, and we'll end it with Lord King giving a closing remark. Like I said, today's meeting here is about presenting our business and investment plan. Hidden Talent Partnership was initially established back in 2001 as a concept, as an idea to support local regeneration and so forth. Today, the Hidden Talent Partnership is a member of the National Council of Voluntary Youth Service. It is also a member of the National Council of Voluntary Organizations, and also a member of the University of Birmingham Entrepreneurship and Innovation Centre. So we've been focusing on some quality membership. So and these organizations have been supporting the Hidden Talent Partnership with the moving forward plan. Now, in terms of the background, as you all know, that young people often bear the brunt of communities' deprivation, and we have all witnessed this in our areas. But it is the young people's future that is mostly affected by the lack of opportunities in deprived areas. But they also hold the key to recognizing and challenging the causes of that deprivation, because it is often the young people who are the young people who come forward to deal with those challenges. Young people's insights and affinity to the area they live in. I mean, I've been living here for the last 25 years, and the people we connect with on a daily basis, and the young people's boundless energy can be used in the direction of sustainable community regeneration. So again, we emphasize as an organization a lot on the empowerment of young people, because they are the future of our area. In terms of, again, the background, this is where the Hidden Talent Partnership started, like I said, back in 2001. So the Hidden Talent Partnership is a story of a group of young people. As you can see, many of us are here, those young people who were then young, I mean, not anymore. We took the responsibility of transforming our own lives, and also transforming the life of our peers and also communities in the regeneration of West Bromwich area. So back in 2001, that's what we set out to do. But again, young people often need that support and encouragement, and motivated by the presence of the New Deal for Communities Regeneration Initiative, which was established back in 2001, and the concerns over the continued deprivation in the area, the young people's group, came together to work on rebuilding the West Bromwich area and creating a sustainable community-led regeneration program. And we will be emphasizing on that a bit later on. People such as Abdul Kahar, who is currently the chair of the organization, Irfan Jalil, Muhammad Rahim, who is here, Zahira Latif, Tazammul Haq, Pali Begum, Mazar Hussain, Shiraz Khan, and myself, we started to represent the concerns and the issues of our communities at various public meetings and also at local forums, and helping to coordinate the wider community regeneration efforts in the Sandwell area. The efforts were also supported and motivated by Lord King of West Bromwich, and I would like to formally thank you, Lord King, for your support, the strategic and the encouragement that you have given us since. I remember the first meeting I had with Lord King was back in 1999, when he was the leader of the council. So he's been supporting us all the way through, even up to today, and hopefully we will be supported by you in the near future as well. We were also supported by Dr. Mike Beasley, unfortunately who couldn't be here with us today. He's a senior regeneration lecturer at the Birmingham University, and he identified the group as one of the as a group who's going to lead on the community-led regeneration initiative. So he's provided us that support. He also provided us with the support to go to the university and study regeneration and so forth. So we are very, very grateful to him as well. Well, I also like to recognize John Paddock, who was the former Deputy Director of the Greece Green Partnership. He provided us with financial as well as motivational support to do the work that we've been doing over the last 10 to 12 years. Surinder Bains, who's sitting here with us, he was the former performance manager at the local strategic partnership, the Central Partnership. Again, Surinder's involvement has been extraordinary. He's provided us, he's mentored me, he's mentored some of the other people as well with encouragement, with support, with direction, with motivation. Often I used to go to him and be very emotional about some of the issues that we have had in the communities, personally as well as community-wide as well. So thank you very much, Surinder. Mr. Maslauddin, who is the founder of CBO and BIC in Sandwell, he provided us with a platform to test out those ideas in his organization. And similarly, Mr. Zia Chowdhury, who was the founder and former manager of CBO, based on which we built our experiences and credentials. Moving on, so the group was formed. We had the support from various people and professionals, and then what the group did was the group introduced a series of regeneration concepts, such as the Tree of Concern, as you can see, which was introduced by the group back in 2001, and the tree was designed by Mirwan, who is here as well. We also introduced concepts such as the mirror concept, the building bridges concept, as means to encourage all sections of the community to work together from within and take ownership of their own development, because often relying on others didn't really work for our communities. I just want to emphasize or touch on some of the concept we're talking about. The Tree of Concern, as you can see, I mean, many often a good tree gives you good fruit and a bad tree gives you bad fruit. Similarly, with our communities, where we have deprived communities, have deprived outcomes. So in communities such as BME communities, we have poor employment issues, we have poor educational issues and so forth. So similarly, if you look at that concept as a community, we looked at what were the key concerns from within the community, and we tried to address those issues and concerns from then. We also looked at the mirror concept. The mirror concept is where we got together a group of people with issues of deprivation and disadvantages, and asked them to look at the mirror and see and ask them to see what they see in terms of their communities. And often when poor and deprived communities look at the mirror, they tend to see themselves, look, we are deprived, we are poor, so no one else going to do anything for us, so let us all work together to deal with ourselves, as we do in the morning when we look at the mirror. And also building bridges concepts, such as many often back in 2001 we found that the service providers were isolated from the communities, and communities were isolated from the service providers, and therefore the group started to build that link between the two, the mainstream providers and also local community groups, so that they can start sharing ideas and start implementing the solutions for the communities. So going back in 2002, the group introduced the Regeneration and Social Action Group. So we formalized ourselves within a community-based organization, enabling us to start creating and implementing and sustaining much needed community projects and services to third sector organizations and people who have the most need and the hardest to reach. So though the group were predominantly focused on creating new projects and services, using the third sector as the foundation for that. So the journey in terms of from back in 2001 to now is that we've been acting and learning in a sustainable development manner. So by which I mean is that we did the work in terms of supporting local communities. At the same time, we were educating ourselves. I mentioned Mike Beasley, he identified the group's issues and concerns, so we educated ourselves in the areas of regeneration and community development, and we focused on a sustainable development program rather than doing something for today and closing it next week. So we looked at a sustainable community regeneration program. And I just want to touch on some of the the key milestones that we have achieved. 2001 to 2002, the group started getting themselves involved with the New Deal for Communities program as researchers, as workers, as representative of communities concerned. We then started to promote and empower the voluntary sector organization as agent in delivering sustainable community regeneration initiatives, and I will touch on some of the programs that we delivered later on, such as Moving Forward programs and others. We also promoted and supported community activists, like I said, involvement with the university and also with various other regeneration initiatives around the region and also around the country. And I myself was able to get a master's qualification in regeneration. Mazar here also studied masters at the University of Birmingham on regeneration as well. So the group also, like I said, involved ourselves with the regeneration courses at Birmingham University. We also then enhance the power of community activists emerging as skilled regeneration workers and leaders in the voluntary and public sector organizations, and also we supported them with professional development and also other support, educational, professional development, employment development as well. So so in 2002 we got together all these ideas and everything, and we started to formalize the Hidden Talent Partnership as a formal community-led regeneration organization. So this is where we started to formalize our work in a more professional manner. So that was quite a journey that we had to take over the years. But from the outset, the group adopted a policy of building a strong community foundation with community groups, activists, skilled people and professionals working together to develop a sustainable community-led regeneration program. And then in 2009 we had a big launch of the program, which was attended by over 100 local residents and partner agencies. Key guests included cabinet members from the Central Council. Now, we did all the background work, and we built up our credentials, our skills and education around moving forward the community-led regeneration program. Now, we then established a vision for the organization, which was prosperity for all and deprivation for none. Because we often find that in deprived areas, some people are prosperous and some people are not. So our vision has been to achieve a position where we have prosperity for all and deprivation for none. In terms of the mission of the organization has been to, what we want to do is we want to reach out to other deprived areas within England and deliver this community-led regeneration program. Our focus again will be very much on community and neighborhood-led intervention to connect the neighborhoods to growth and empower the local community to have greater influence over plans for the area. Now, I just want to touch on some of the core objectives of the Hidden Talent Partnership, and which are to introduce and implement community-based services and strategies addressing the social, economic, and physical regeneration of most deprived areas in England. And we would like to focus also on in areas like Sandwell. Build and mobilize local networks and leadership to drive the change that the community needs in deprived neighborhoods. Build and save local community facilities in order to promote community benefit. Help community or neighborhood groups develop and implement their own plans to improve the area, and secure potential funds to support local regeneration and stimulate socio-economic development projects. So these are our core objectives of the organization as it stands. Outlining all this is what we're doing is addressing deprivation. So there are some key areas of deprivation that needs to be addressed in areas such as Sandwell and other deprived areas. These are income deprivation, employment deprivation, health deprivation and disability, education, skills and training deprivation. So all the work that we do will be focusing on addressing those key areas of deprivation. Now, some of the thematic areas we also established were regeneration of people, regeneration of third sector organization, research and development, and policy and knowledge areas. In terms of the regeneration of people, this is where what we would like to do is develop and empower the capacity level of individuals, vast and untapped potentials, and maximize economic growth and social capital. And we will do that by introducing various programs of socio-economic concerns. In terms of the regeneration of third sector, we will be developing organizational and institutional empowerment and capacity towards executing essential regeneration and renewal functions. So we will empower and capacity build the third sector organization so they're in a position to take ownership of regenerating either their communities or neighborhoods in those particular areas. In terms of research and development, we'll be developing community-based consultation and research provisions, subsequently delivering innovative and workable community-led regeneration program. Often when funding opportunities arises, organizations tend to go out and do the consultation and research, but we want to do that in advance rather than waiting for funding opportunities. Therefore, what we're doing is we have built up a pool of volunteers, researchers, who are constantly doing consultation and who are also undertaking a number of research in different areas like economic issues and social issues and so forth. In terms of policy and knowledge, what we'd like to do is, over the last 10 years, we have developed a lot of knowledge around community-led regeneration. So that's a knowledge that we can sell. So that's what we will be focusing on. We will be focused on developing and sharing our community-led regeneration knowledge and policy, promoting UK as a lead in knowledge economy, because the United Kingdom is a country which is leading the knowledge economy. So we want to contribute to that area of development, and we want to do that through our regeneration work. So what I want to touch on now is who's going to benefit? Who's going to benefit from the work that we plan to do and we have been doing? The people who will benefit in the area will benefit are the deprived local areas across England. Like I said, at this moment we're focusing on Sandwell, but our vision is to go across the deprived areas within UK, because we have all the framework and all the things that are necessary to replicate those programs in other deprived areas. You will be surprised to know that over 5 million people lived in the most deprived areas in England in 2008, and 38% of them were income deprived. Areas like Liverpool, Middlesbrough, Manchester and Hackney, Tower Hamlets are the local authorities with the highest proportion of lower super output areas. I mean, these areas are considered to be some of the most deprived in terms of income, health, education, which I've outlined earlier. 98% of the most deprived lower super output areas are in urban areas, and 56% of the local authorities